Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be going over every item that I had in my 12 pans of Christmas video. I'm going to be updating you guys my thoughts on the products, how well I did I manage to hit pan. If you want to hear all these things and hear the update, then just keep watching. Alright, so I'm just going to give you a huge spoiler. I did not actually hit pan on any item, which I know sounds bad for a Project Pan video, and it is, but keep in mind this was my first ever Project Pan, and I don't wear makeup every single day, so it does take me a little longer to actually get through all the products, but some of these you'll find out why I didn't hit pan on them, but let's just get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. Now, I kept this, but the first time I went to use it after doing that video, I don't think that it is good anymore, and there's literally, there's nothing really left to this. I mean, there's probably maybe 3 or 4 uses at the most, but I did not want to risk it since my skin already does have issues, and I do think that this is expired. I've had this quite a while, so this will be just going in the trash. I guess that doesn't really count as panning because I didn't finish it all the way, but as you guys can see, I mean, it's almost there. Again, if it is bad, I just didn't want to risk it, so that one goes to the trash. The next item I had on my list was the Marc Jacobs Invisible Undercover Primer. This I shook it up, but it is down to here. I have made a good dent in this. I have been using this almost every single time I've done my makeup, and it's just, you don't need a ton of primer, at least I don't, and I don't want to just use through products just for the sake of trying to use them up, so I did make, good progress on this. I really do enjoy this. I think it is super hydrating. I really enjoy putting this on and then going in the pore area with a pore filling primer. I've lately been combining this with the Fenty Pro Filter primer that I have, so overall I really like this, and I will continue to use it and use it up. I don't know if I'd repurchase it right away just because I do have some other primers in my collection, but I would not be opposed to getting this again. Next, we have the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. I'm so close on this, but, I ended up getting some new products, after filming the 12 pan video and starting this whole thing, and the one product that I did get was the YSL Touche Éclat All-in-One Glow, and honestly, if you've watched, another video of mine where I talked about this, I love that product, so much so that my old combination, which was these two things, doesn't even seem as good as before. I still like it, but I just have been loving using that, so I kind of put these to the back burner, but honestly, I am pretty close. If I had to guess, since I can't see, it's probably to here. So it's almost there. There's it's there, it's close, but I did not pan it, and again, I didn't want to just try to use it up and use up a lot and waste product, so I will continue to be using that. And then this one I have used as well. I've definitely been using it. It is definitely pretty low. I did shake it, which I was stupid, I shouldn't have done, but it's probably to here. So it's also very close, and I do like this. The main thing I like this for is mixing it in with other foundations. Since this is a water-based foundation, I feel like it helps some of my cakier foundations to not be so cakey. I kind of want to try mixing this with the Touche Éclat and see if maybe that increases the coverage of the YSL one, but I have not tried that yet. So nothing wrong with this. I just, again, got the other foundation, so I hadn't been reaching for this as much once I got that. Then we have the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. I really tried. I tried to use this up, but the sprayer on this just kills me. So it was so demotivating to use because it just shoots so harshly at a down angle. Mine is definitely defective, but when you have a sprayer that doesn't work and then you get all the product kind of in one spot and you get all those water droplets, it just makes it really demotivating to use. But I did make progress with it for sure. I just got to keep going with it. Maybe I need to find a different way to use this. Maybe on, like spraying my sponge and using that method. I don't know, but I do need to get through this because the sprayer on this drives me insane. Next, we have the Marc Jacobs liner. Now, I have 2 of these in my collection, and I was keeping them separate, but they did end up getting combined in my bag. They got mixed up. I didn't finish either one, so obviously I didn't pan the one that I originally had. What I've noticed with this liner, now that I've had it for, you know, a decent amount of time, I've had both of them in my collection, I feel like they get a little bit harder to work with the older they get, which probably makes sense. I don't think they're bad or anything because they don't irritate my eyes, but I do have to kind of like build it up more, whereas right now my Urban Decay Glide On liner has been so easy to reach for because it's like one swipe and you're done. I do still really like these, and especially since the fact that they have the twist up method rather than sharpen, so I do like that, but I did not finish either of these. I know that I've got to be close on both of them because I've had these a while, and I do usually wear a black eyeliner with every single look that I do. Next, we have the Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop Highlighter. Now, I was using this several times after I did that video. I was really trying to use it up. You can see that there definitely is use to it. Maybe there is even a little bit of a, kind of like a little dip. I don't think so. But honestly, now that I have tried so many other highlighters, I just feel like this one doesn't look as good on my skin as some of my others, so it makes it hard to reach for. Again, some of this stuff has just been hard to reach for because I have other products in my collection that I think suit me better or that I like better. So I'm not saying I'm going to get rid of this or anything. I can definitely still use it. I just don't think I'll be hitting pan on it anytime soon, especially since you don't need that much. You know, I don't really overload it on the highlighter, so it makes it harder to get through a product when you don't need a ton of it, which is good because you spend a lot of money on this stuff, so you don't want it to just be gone after 10 uses, but it does make it challenging for a project pan video. Next, we have the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I have been using this like crazy as well. Pretty much every time I've done my makeup since that video, I have been using this concealer. Again, you don't need a lot. I'm not one to like really cake on the concealer, so I literally will use like maybe like a half a pump to do whatever I need to do with my concealer. I definitely think I've made a dent in this. It's down to here, so I've been using it like I said, but again, as I mentioned before, I don't want to just pump out the product and cake it on just to try to use it up. I do want to get use out of it. I will say what I did enjoy by doing this video is that it did force me to use this again. I hadn't used this in such a long time. I had just been using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, but I'm really glad that I dived into this again because I do like it. It's definitely not like my number one, my Maybelline one is, but I'm really happy that I started using it again, and I think for certain, when you know, certain trouble spots or if you need a little bit more coverage, this is awesome. Then we have the Lorac Eye Primer. Now, I mentioned this, I think, in my actual Project Pan video or maybe in a video after that, but I don't like this stuff. I think that it is super tacky and super sticky, and it just feels weird on the lid. I know some of you might be thinking like, wow, that's perfect for an eye primer to keep the shadows there, but it's so hard to set down and get rid of that tacky feeling, and I just don't like it on the lid. So again, when you don't like something, it makes it really hard to use it up. I did use it many times, so it's probably not much left, but I do gotta just keep going with it. I just really don't like it, and when I do my makeup, I really want to enjoy what I'm putting on, so I may end up just decluttering this since it is older and there's probably not much left, but I think I will hold on to it and just try to use it up as I can, you know, throughout the year. Then we have the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in the shade Fair Game. I will be honest with you guys, I probably only wore this like 2 or 3 times since that video, mainly because I don't wear a lot of lipstick, because I do drink water through my water jug a lot throughout the day, so sometimes the lipstick ends up rubbing off and it doesn't look as good, and when I'm at work I don't really have the opportunity to like touch it up, and with a liquid lipstick it's kind of hard to touch up. So I will continue to use this. There's nothing wrong with it. I really do like this color and the formula. This is probably one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas, behind Jeffree Star, of course. But I do like this, and I will continue to use it. Then we have the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. Again, this is something I'm super happy that I got into again, because I was just using my normal bronzer or my Tarte Park Ave Princess Contour Palette. But I loved this when I first got it, and I love it now. I have definitely made some noticeable, like, wear to this. I know it's not like a pan or anything. You know, you don't see any indent, but there's definitely use through all of these. The main one I didn't really use was actually this one, because I just don't know what I could use that for on my skin tone. But all these other ones I've been loving and enjoying, and it just reminded me how much I do love this. Honestly, this is like what I want to reach for all the time now. I have been switching it up and using my bronzers again, but I absolutely love this. Will continue to use it, and if I hit pan on anything and once I run out on some other stuff, I would definitely just get the refills, because I do have the palette that refills. So absolutely love this. Would recommend it to any of you looking for a contour kit. The last product of this project pan, I will say, was like 100% absolute fail, and that was the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. I think I used this one time after the video, and then I just didn't really want to reach for it, mainly because I have so many palettes in my collection. If you watched my eyeshadow palette collection video, you saw I had 44, and I ended up getting rid of 7, and I also just got more palettes for Christmas. So it has just been, you know, I have so many palettes that it's like hard to just reach for one, and I feel like, I don't know, I like the formula on these. This was one of the first high-end eyeshadow palettes I ever got. I just don't reach for it as much as I do some of my other palettes. I know this was supposed to make me reach for it, but again, I wanted to use some of the other stuff I have, so that's why it's so hard for me to hit pan on anything. But that is the update on my project pan. I know it was like a complete and utter failure, but I do feel like I made progress on some of these products, which is a nice feeling, since I usually don't think about it that much with, you know, when I use my products throughout the year. I'm not really thinking about how much I'm getting through it, but I definitely did make progress, so I am happy with that. I know it is just kind of a fail for the purpose of the video, but you know, like I said, I don't want to just try to use up products because just for the sake of using them. I want to use them mindfully, because I did spend my money on all these products, so you know, I just want to get the most out of them. So yeah guys, that completes today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys had awesome holidays and that you have an awesome New Year's, and I would appreciate it if you could give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!